You never fully closed the door behind you. You left it open just enough for hope, just enough for me to keep on standing in the draft of what we were, holding on to something like a rope that frays a little more with every season, that thins a little more with every year. You left the door unlocked, and I have been standing in the hallway ever since you disappeared. An unlocked door is crueler than a closed one. A closed door says this chapter has an end. An unlocked door says maybe, says perhaps, says don't go too far, says I might need you again. And I am not a person built for maze. I am not a heart designed for almost closed. I needed you to lock it or to open it completely, but you left me in the space between the two. You left the door unlocked and called it kindness. You left a crack of light and called it hope. You left the door unlatching through the gap of what we were, trying hard to cope with being neither in nor out, neither held nor let go. You left the door unlocked, and I have learned the most unloving thing is not the leaving, it's the leaving open just enough to keep someone from healing and going home. I practiced closing it myself on Sundays. I stood before it, hand upon the frame. I told myself today I'd make the ending that you couldn't make. I told myself today I'd learn your name as someone who belonged to the before, as someone who no longer holds the key, but my hand would drop before the close and I'd walk away from the door. The way you left it, the way you left me, I understand it now though. You didn't know you were being cruel. You thought that leaving space was leaving kindness. You thought uncertain edge a real ending. But I would have healed faster from a slam than from the years I spent in that hallway, waiting for a door that never quite became what either of us needed it to be. The door is closed now, I closed it myself. It took everything I had, but it's closed, and I am fine inside. You left the door unlocked. You never fully closed the door behind you. You left it open just enough for hope, just enough for me to keep on standing in the draft of what we were, holding on to something like a rope that frays a little more with every season, that thins a little more with every year. You left the door unlocked, and I have been standing in the hallway ever since you disappeared. An unlocked door is crueler than a closed one. A closed door says this chapter has an end. An unlocked door says maybe, says perhaps, says don't go too far. And I am not a person built for mapes. I am not a heart designed for almost closed. I needed you to lock it or to open it completely, but you left me in the space between the two. You left the door unlocked and called it kindness. You left a crack of light and called it hope. Oh, you left the door unlocked, and I kept watching through the gap of what we were, trying hard to cope with being neither in nor out, neither held nor let go. You left the door unlocked, and I have learned the most unloving thing is not the leaving, it's the leaving open just enough to keep someone from healing and going home. I practiced closing it myself on Sundays. I stood before it, hand upon the frame. I told myself today I'd make the ending, the ending that you couldn't make. I told myself myself today, I'd learn your name. As someone who belonged to the before, as someone who no longer holds the key. My hand would drop before the closing, and I'd walk away from the door and leave it the way you left it, the way you left me. I understand it now, though you didn't know you were being cruel. You thought that leaving space was leaving kindness. You thought uncertainty edge of a real ending, but I would have healed faster from a slam than from the years I spent in that hallway, waiting for a door that never quite became what either of us needed it to be. The door is closed now, I closed it myself. It took everything I had, but it's closed, and I am finally on the inside. The name I stopped saying out loud. I stopped saying your name out loud in autumn. I didn't plan it, didn't make a vow. It just happened the way healing sometimes happens, without announcement, without knowing how. One morning it was there and then it wasn't. The name upon my tongue had learned to rest, and I stood in the kitchen on a Wednesday and realized I had made it through a day without your name inside my chest. But names don't disappear, they just go quiet. They move from the mouth down to somewhere deeper. They live below the speaking and the singing, but not repeated. Your name is there, just quieter now, just further from the surface, just no longer the first word of every waking hour. The name I stopped saying out loud still lives in me somewhere. The name I'm saying out loud still moves through the air when a song comes on, or a scent arrives, or October does what October does. The name I stopped saying out loud surfaced briefly like something beneath water, catching light, then descending back to the quiet place where I have learned to let it live without it living me. I used to say it like a kind of breathing, like your name was something that my body needed. Now I breathe in other words in other mornings, and the name has slowly, gently been unseated from the center of the daily conversation that I have with myself at the start, and that is new. And that is something I could not have told you I would ever find a way to say. There will be a day I say your name to someone as a story from a time that I moved through, and my voice will hold it steadily, without the shaking, without the pause that used to come with you. And that day is not today, but it is coming. I can feel it, the way you feel a season changing in the temperature of things before the evidence arrives. The name I stopped saying out loud, I say it now, one last time, in this song, and then I let it go back to the quiet. Holding hands with empty air, I reach for you in movie theaters, in the dark when something beautiful comes on screen. I reach across the seat beside me to share a moment with the space where you have been. I reach for you at crosswalks in the city when the light turns red and something in me says, take his hand. And my hand moves before remembering that there is no hand there in this life I have these days. The body's memory is longer than the heart's. The hands remember what the heart has given up. The hands still reach while everything else is healing. Keep finding air, keep reaching for a warmth that taught them what warmth meant. And then we're through holding hands with empty air at every gloves for a while in the cold months, not for warmth but so my hands couldn't feel the specific temperature of absence. The way cold air without him feels real and wrong at the same time, and present in a way I wasn't ready for. I wore the gloves and walked the winter streets and kept the reaching safely hidden from myself a little longer. I have started holding my own hand in movie theaters when things get beautiful. I have started being the warmth I reach for. I have started teaching my hands a new kind of faithful, the kind that reaches inward, the kind that holds without needing something external to complete the gesture. Empty air, slowly becoming just air, just air, just ordinary, beautiful, beautiful air. You were my weather. I used to check you like a forecast before I planned my mood for the day. Were you warm or were you gathering clouds? Would I need a coat or could I play in the easy of your good days? I arranged my entire emotional climate around the atmosphere of your changing face. That's not love, that's meteorology. That's not devotion, that's survival. Scanning the sky of someone else's feeling to know if it's safe to simply be alive in your own life, on your own terms, without an umbrella for someone else's rain. You were my weather, and I forgot I had my own sky. You were my weather, and I forgot to look up at my own sunrise. I gave you the forecast of my days. I built my seasons around yours. You were my weather, and when you changed for the last time, I did more close to where I didn't know what season I was standing in without you telling me what the sky was doing overhead. I am learning now to read my own atmosphere, to notice when I'm storming and when I'm clear, to dress for my own climate in the morning without consulting anyone else's weather here. It sounds so simple stated in a sentence, it sounds so obvious from the outside, but when someone has been your entire forecast, learning your own sky takes more than you might think. It takes a whole season of standing in the rain without asking if it's going to stop. My weather now is mine, entirely and completely. Some days I am overcast by choice. Some days I am inexplicably sunny. Some days I am the specific gray of a Tuesday that has nowhere to be, and all of it is valid, all of it is mine. And I no longer need to check what you're doing to know what I'm feeling underneath my own sky. My weather now is mine. Look at that, mine. Calendar arrives at this date every year, like it doesn't know what it's delivering, like it hasn't got the sensitivity to skip the square on its way to the next morning. I have tried ignoring it, I have tried overriding it with plans and noise and people, and and the date arrives regardless, wearing all the weight of the year it first became the worst date. I know there should be a word for this, the anniversary of an ending, not a death, not a birthday, but the specific date of love became past tense. The date, the before, became the after, and everything reorganized around a new and permanent absence. The anniversary of losing you arrives without an invitation. The anniversary of losing you requires no reservation. It simply comes the way the date comes, the way October always comes. The anniversary of losing you is not getting smaller, it is getting different, which is not the same as easier, but is the closest thing to it that time has managed to deliver to me so far. The first one I spent entirely in bed, the second one I pretended didn't exist, the third one I made plans and felt the grief arrive regardless. In the middle of the restaurant, like an uninvited guest who knew exactly where I'd be, and sat across from me and ordered nothing and stayed the whole evening. The anniversary of losing you arrives without an invitation. The anniversary of losing you requires no reservation. It simply comes the way the day comes, the way October always comes. The anniversary of losing you is not getting smaller, it is getting different, which is not the same as easier, but is the closest thing to it that time has managed to deliver to me so far. This year I am doing something different. This year I am acknowledging the day, saying yes, this is the anniversary of something that was real, and that ending was real, and the grief was real, and I am still here, which is also real and more important than I give myself credit for. On the days when the calendar knows what it's delivering and delivers it anyway. Another year, still here. The date will come again, and I will still be here. That's enough, that's enough, that's everything. You gave me love that someone else returned, the love that didn't fit the one before. You offered me the leftovers of a feeling that had already been used, and didn't know, sent back to the store. I didn't know that's what I was receiving. I didn't know that's what I was receiving. I thought the warmth was made for me alone. I didn't know I was the consolation. I didn't know I was the second home. Secondhand love still feels like love when you are lonely enough to take it. Secondhand love when you're tired of being careful. Secondhand love is still warm from someone else's wearing, and cold is cold and warm is warm, and I was cold enough to not ask questions. Secondhand love still fits if you don't look too closely. Secondhand love still holds if you don't pull the seam. Secondhand love was all you had to offer, and I wore it like it was the thing I'd always dreamed. But secondhand love has the shape of someone else in it, has the scent of someone else's story, and no matter how I wore it, I could feel the difference between borrowed warmth and something made for me. I have since learned to recognize the texture of love that was designed for someone else. I can feel the places where it doesn't quite conform to the specific shape of me, myself. It's a skill I wish I hadn't needed. It's a knowledge earned through wearing things that didn't fit, but now I know the difference in the fitting. For the love that is made new, made from scratch, not inherit, I deserve a love that is first edition. I deserve a love that starts with me. I deserve someone who is not in recovery from a previous life, who shows up whole and sees me whole and chooses this, not because the other door was closed, but because this door is the one they wanna open. Secondhand permission, or I wait. The restaurant was the hardest thing to navigate. The tables built for two that look like accusation when you sit across from empty. When the waiter sets the second glass automatically and you have to say just one. And the small correction cost something you weren't expecting, something quiet and enormous. At a Tuesday dinner that was supposed to be ordered alone, it's known as a political act when you have been a we. When the body remembers the specific social warmth of a shared meal, of someone reaching for the bread, of ordering for two without consulting a menu because you already know. Learning to eat alone is one of grief's small courses. Learning to eat alone is one of its quiet forces. Reshaping the geography of ordinary, making public what was always shared. It's not about the eating, it is about arriving somewhere new, where the table for one feels chosen rather than assigned, where sitting with yourself over a meal becomes enough, becomes something even approaching beautiful. I started bringing books to restaurants, a proper barrier, a companion of a kind, something to hold in my hands that wasn't the awareness of the empty chair across from mine. And slowly the books became the dinner. The dinner became something I look forward to, the quiet table by the window. The soup, the page, the art of myself became a kind of company I hadn't tried before, and found that it was good. There is a woman at the table by the window. She is eating alone and reading something. She looks completely unafraid of her own company. She lifts her glass without looking around to see if anyone has noticed her illness. She is alone and she is present, and she is having dinner, and it is enough. That woman is me now. Most days she is me. Learning to eat alone is one of grief's small courses. Learning to eat alone is one of its quiet forces. Reshaping the geography of ordinary, making public what was always shared. It's not about the eating, it is about arriving somewhere new. Feels chosen rather than assigned. Or sitting with yourself over a meal becomes something even approaching beautiful. Learning to eat alone, learned it. Turns out the company was always there. Just had to sit down with myself and order. The things that didn't break, I keep a small inventory of survivors, a list of things that made it through the fall. My humor mostly intact, though slightly thinner. My curiosity against all reasonable odds. My love of early mornings before anyone is up. My ability to song, a stranger being kind to another stranger on a crowded street. These things survived, these things were here before, and they are here after. We talk so much about what breaking cost. We talk so little about what breaking proves. That certain things in you are unbreakable. That certain things, no leaving, no silence, and no loss has ever managed to remove the things that didn't break. Are the truest things about me. The things that didn't break are the map of who I'll always be. Beneath the grief, beneath the healing, beneath the whole enormous story. The things that didn't break were there before you, and they're here after you, and they are mine in a way that nothing and no one can revise. My love of music undiminished, if anything more present and more real. My ability to find a morning beautiful. My stubbornness, my hunger still to feel. everything completely without apology. My tendency to love too much too fast. These things survive completely. These things are auntie's things, were never yours to take. Even in the taking, even in the breaking, even at the worst of it, these things held. I wanna say thank you to the things in me that held, to the parts that kept the lights on when I couldn't lift my head, when I couldn't lift my head, to the humor that arrived when I was crying in the shower, the curiosity that said there is still so much to know, to the stubborn and unbreakable, or a beautiful core of me that simply would not go. The things that didn't break, I see you. I see you now. Thank you for holding. I found my voice in the quiet. For years my voice was shaped around another. It curved to fit the space he left for it. It softened in the places he found too much. It amplified the parts that he felt speaker. I measured every sentence for its risk. I edited before I even started. I filtered and I trimmed and I dismissed the parts of what I thought that seemed too loud, too certain, too much mine. And then the quiet came, the quiet after ending, the silence of a life with no one left to edit for. And in that quiet, something unexpected, my own voice surfaced like something from deep water, rising to the air that it had always been designed to breathe. I found my voice in the quiet after everything was gone. I found my voice in the quiet, and it'd been there all along, waiting underneath the careful, waiting underneath the small. I found my voice in the quiet. It was not afraid, it was not sorry, it was not you, it was exactly mine. I found my voice in the quiet, and I have not stopped speaking in my own full sounds, in my own full sound, since the day the quiet gave it back to me. I speak differently now in rooms. I take up the space that I was born to take. I say the thing without the long rehearsal. I say the thing before the hesitated makes a home of the sentence. I speak the way I wrote in secret notebooks. I speak the way the side of my heart was trimmed and careful and not quite mine. To ever becoming, your voice is not gone. After the noise of trying to be smaller, after the noise of trying to be smaller, in the silence after, you will hear it low at first, then louder, then so clearly yours. You will wonder how you ever let it go so quiet for so long. I found my voice in the quiet, and I'm giving it this song. I found my voice in the quiet, where it had been all along. No longer shaped for someone else's comfort, no longer trimmed to fit a smaller frame. I found my voice in the quiet, and the first thing that it said when it finally had the space was my own name, was simply my own name, my own name, said in my own voice without apology.